One wrong move at a log debarker, and the spinning rollers reveal their danger instantly. Inside a busy mill, piles of timber wait to be processed. The debarker machine stands ready, its powered rollers designed to grip and pull each log inward, while cutter heads strip away bark. Workers guide the line, feeding material into position as the machines hum with steady motion. At the infeed side, a worker steps closer to adjust a log, focused on keeping production moving. The rollers seize the log and drive it steadily into the debarker's path. Built for non-stop operation, the system moves with unrelenting force, gripping and pulling forward without pause. It's a reminder that once in motion, energized rollers never hesitate and will draw on anything not kept safely clear. Never, ever reach near the infeed of a log debarker while it's energized. Only lock out, use guards, and maintain safe distance before adjusting or feeding material. In a busy valve workshop where castings and components surround every corner, one wrong turn of a hand wheel can unleash forces powerful enough to tear the calm apart. The camera shows a cramped industrial shop lined with heavy valve bodies stacked high against the walls. Workers weave between the piles, focused on their tasks. At the front, one worker leans over a large valve assembly connected to a test tank, gripping the oversized hand wheel. Around him, the space feels routine. Just another afternoon spent tightening bolts and checking flow. But inside that valve, something unseen is happening. Pressure is quietly building. The system hasn't been fully depressurized after a test run. As the hand wheel turns, the seal gives way. Compressed air and water release suddenly, filling the shop with a rushing cloud. Tools shift, visibility drops, and what seemed like a routine adjustment quickly reveals the hidden force of stored pressure. Never attempt to adjust or dismantle a valve under pressure. Always ensure the system is fully isolated and depressurized before touching a single bolt or hand wheel. Inside a busy shipyard workshop, one sudden shift of heavy steel turns a routine task into a moment of chaos. It's another day in the fabrication hall where workers are assembling massive steel structures for a vessel. The environment is filled with the sound of welding, grinding, and metal being moved into place. Two workers in reflective vests and helmets stand at the edge of a platform, checking the progress. Above them, suspended steel sections loom, resting precariously on supports. Everything looks stable until it doesn't. Without warning, the suspended steel shifts off balance. The massive section tilts sideways, pressing down onto the platform and jolting the entire frame. Tools clatter loose and materials scatter as the sudden movement exposes the full hazard of unstable loads. Never, ever position yourself under or beside unsecured loads. Heavy steel can move without warning, and even a slight imbalance can cause a collapse. A ladder can seem steady until the ground says otherwise. On a quiet residential street, a worker climbs high on an extension ladder leaned against the wall of a building. There's no stabilizer or tie-off, only balance holding it in place. Around him, the ground is uneven and no one is bracing the base. The ladder shifts unexpectedly, sliding just enough to throw off its balance. The frame wobbles against the wall, unsteady and unsafe. Around it, movement pauses as the instability becomes obvious. What looked secure moments ago is now tipping. Never, ever use a ladder without securing it at the base and anchoring it at the top. In the quiet of a small kitchen, one careless spark can ignite an inferno. It was an ordinary morning inside a restaurant kitchen. Plates of food were laid out on the counter, the staff moving in and out of frame. But behind the routine, a hidden danger lingered. A gas cylinder tucked too close to the working area. A worker bends down, unaware of the risk. Moments later, a sudden flash flares as the cylinder ignites. The confined kitchen fills with smoke and heat in seconds, alarms rising as the calm morning turns into urgent evacuation. Never, ever store or handle gas cylinders inside confined kitchen spaces. Gas leaks, poor ventilation, or sparks from electrical equipment can instantly turn into explosions. 1 second near a live press, and the steel is already moving. The factory floor hums with constant energy. Conveyor lines roll, reels spin, and at the center, a massive hydraulic press powers down in steady rhythm. Each cycle delivers crushing precision, shaping parts in seconds. Around it, workers move quickly, making adjustments and loading material. It feels routine, but routine is not the same as safe. The press sits idle for a moment, but without lockout or safeguards, the danger remains. Suddenly, the cycle engages. The press descends with unstoppable force, powering downward with full precision. In seconds, the quiet space transforms into an active danger zone, a reminder that energized machinery never waits for human error. Never ever enter the danger zone of a hydraulic press without full lockout-tagout. Machines like this don't pause for human reflex. Once engaged, their motion continues with total force and no hesitation. One careless moment near a working excavator and a routine dump turns into sudden danger. A construction crew is working on a dirt road. An excavator is scooping soil and swinging it from a pile, while another worker stands directly in the swing path. The operator's bucket rises high, releasing its heavy load. The soil pours down directly into the space where the worker is standing. With no safe distance kept, the sudden weight forces the ground unstable, pushing him off balance. In seconds, he stumbles backward into a water-filled trench as the site reacts in alarm. Never, ever stand beneath or within the drop zone of any lifting or dumping equipment. Even loose material carries massive force when falling, and a single misstep can send someone into danger. In a warehouse filled with crates and forklifts, one wrong move turns precision into chaos. It was late in the shift inside a busy distribution center. Stacks of bottled products filled the trailer, waiting to be unloaded. The forklift operator approached with confidence, but under the pressure of time, every movement carried weight. As the truck operator moves forward, the forks catch the load at the wrong angle. The stacked cargo shifts abruptly, throwing the machine off balance. In seconds, the forklift tilts dangerously, rocking into the unloading area and halting operations as the hazard becomes clear. Never, ever rush forklift operations. Stability and alignment must come before speed. Haste turns a powerful machine into a hazard for everyone nearby. On the factory floor, a towering press looms, when suddenly it moves without warning. In a busy workshop, the massive green press is running. Workers move in and out, completing their routine. One worker bends toward the machine, unaware that the press still holds stored energy. Without warning, the press cycles upward, releasing a heavy metal striking with sudden movement that startles everyone nearby. Tools scatter, workers step back in alarm, and the jolt makes clear how dangerous unexpected activation can be. The unmistakable signal is that this machine cannot be trusted unless it's fully locked out. Never, ever step into a press machine's path unless it is locked out, powered down, and fully verified safe. In a quiet workshop, one routine tire repair spirals into chaos within seconds. Two mechanics are working side by side. In front of them, a massive industrial tire sits in the machine, air being pumped steadily inside. The confined bay hums with the ordinary sounds of tools and compressed air. Nothing seems unusual, but the hidden force building inside the tire is immense. As one mechanic works nearby, the weakened tire suddenly releases its built-up pressure. A deafening rush of air rattles tools and shakes the bay, turning a routine task into sudden confusion. The shockwave makes clear just how dangerous a split-second failure can be. Never, ever position yourself directly in front of or over a tire while it's inflating. Compressed air can turn the wheel into a projectile the moment it gives way. This incident is a stark reminder that inflating heavy tires is never routine. The hidden pressure inside can unleash more force than any worker can withstand. Always use safety cages, keep distance, and stand clear, because one burst can turn a workshop into a blast zone. Don't forget to share what you learned today in the comments. Your insight could save a life. Take care.